I'm Jane Mamalny here, and I'm creating a layout today of me. I don't think I have ever done that before, but I recently had this photo taken as a headshot, and I like it, so I thought that I would do a layout called This Is 38. So I used this photo mat from Close to My Heart's newest Cricut collection, and this was designed to be part of a full layout. So the newest Cricut collection has fully designed layouts and cards. Some are 8.5 by 11, which this one is designed to be. And so it doesn't have the background paper on it right now, but this is just the cuts to create an 8.5 by 11 layout. Now I also, whoops, needed to go over here. I also took that, and this is another video, to create a card. And I love having cards with photos on them because it's so personalized, and I thought this was perfect. And then I stamped happy birthday on the inside. So that's another video that I will link to below. And so for this, I used a couple elements from that. So I cut out just this photo backer, which is the blue and white here. And then this outline image right here. So just this white, I sliced it to take off these berry kind of things. And I was left with this right here. So it's not perfect exactly, which you will see here. Since I knew I wanted to cut it out of glitter paper, I didn't want to waste any glitter paper, so I can just easily trim this off, but I wanted just the flower and the leaves, and so that's what I got from this. So I'm going to be adding this to the layout, and then I also pulled out a few of the newest products to go with this. So this new paper pack, which is called, I'm forgetting the name because it's so new, Every Little Thing. This represents a lot of the colors. Actually, here we go. The sticker sheet comes with the paper pack, and that represents all the colors in the paper pack, which for the most part can go with this, but I don't want the yellow, I don't really want the purple. So I'm going to show you how I'm pulling the colors I do want out of this paper pack. So I might use some of these stickers, I'm not sure, so I pulled it out just in case. There's also this vellum sheet of printed die cuts. So some of them are printed, and then there's some just hearts that don't have any printing on them. And so I brought out these watercolor pencils, and I'm going to explore a little bit. I actually have not tried this, and I'm going to try coloring the backs of the vellum with the watercolor pencils because I don't want to cover up the black outline. So I'm going to color on the back of the vellum. I also pulled out a few of the Picture My Life cards that I thought I might want for this. Not sure what exactly I'm going to use. And then the paper I pulled out, this is from the mix-in pack. So this is our new color Julep. And then this is from Every Little Thing, and this is a new color, which is Evergreen. This is also from Every Little Thing. And I think this is like a lighter shade of the Sapphire. This is the dark regular shade of Sapphire. And then this is from actually the, oh yeah, this is the mix-in pack. So I don't know if I'm gonna want some gray. And then I've got a sheet of glitter paper, which as you can see, that's what I cut my flower out of, but I may want more of that. Oh, and then I pulled out this stamp set as well, which is a new set called Every Little Thing for the scrapbooking kit. So it goes along perfectly with the Every Little Thing paper pack. And I thought that I might use some of these sayings: cherish every moment, the best of days, maybe the heart. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and speed this up for you, and I hope you enjoy. So I've gathered the papers that I think I want to use. I really like the look of that diagonal paper over on the side of the layout. So I'm going to pull that in, and then I'm going to do a real skinny strip of the silver glitter paper. You could also use silver shimmer trim if you'd like, but I had this out and decided to use that. And this is where I really started to have fun. I added some mixed media to this layout in several ways. I did a lot of exploring. First, I wanted to add some texture with the texture paste, and so I put that down with a palette knife just to add a little bit of texture. I didn't have a stencil or do a pattern or anything with it. But I also didn't want the wet mixed media to soak into the paper so much, so that texture paste helps it to sit on top of the paste. And then I actually used a colored pencil and rubbed it onto my acrylic block and then squirted it with water. And that's how I'm getting this color here with the watercolor pencil. And I dried each layer in between before I added more. Now I'm using some ink from my ink pad to add some splatters, and I added a little bit of water to that as well to help it drip a little bit more. That was Sapphire. And then here, yet another way to add mixed media is splatters with the charcoal shimmer brush, and that adds a lot of shine. The charcoal shimmer brush has like a platinum silver glitter specks in it, very, very fine glitter specks, and it's really, really pretty. I went back and added a little bit more sapphire because I wanted some more color in the corners. I kept holding up my photo to be sure I liked the placement, and there we go. I dabbed a little bit up with the Kleenex to get any excess wetness up with that. And now here I'm going to start assembling the layout. I'm going to play with the watercolor pencils, and in doing so, I mentioned I hadn't used watercolor pencils on vellum before, and it worked just fine on top of the images. So even though I was coloring over the black, it was transparent enough that you can still see the black just plenty. So I put the watercolor pencil color down, and then to activate it and help it to blend and spread, I used the clear shimmer brush, and I went over each individual color and then wiped it off onto my scrap paper before I went on to the next color to blend it. And I did this with each vellum piece that I colored. And I'm going to color a bunch of them, but I just did this one on camera. So I'm laying that on my layout, making sure I like it, and then I'm punching out all of the additional pieces that I'm going to use on this layout, a few butterflies and a few little leaf sprigs. Kind of arranging those, but I'm going to show you in a little bit. I fussed a lot with the placement of these, but first I'm going to color them all. I'm placing them roughly so that I know where they're going to go and know which colors I want to color them, because I, don't want to color the butterfly on top of the blue in a blue so that it pops. So, I'm showing you how I colored one of the leaves, and I did all the leaves pretty much the same way, and there we have all of the butterflies. So I did do a blue on blue butterfly, but it's a different color blue and just pops a little bit pretty well. So I'm adhering that big flower onto some vellum because I wanted to tie in the vellum element even more, and I thought it would be a cool look to have the inside of that border of a flower to be vellum as well. So I cut that out, and I really like the look of that. So I'm going to commit here with the direction that I've gone, and I'm adhering my papers down, and I'm going to adhere my photo and mats all together. onto the page and make sure that I like the placement of everything. And then I'm going to start fussing around with where all of these butterflies and leaves are going to go. And I end up speeding this up even more, but I just thought it was funny as I was looking back on this, how much I moved things around and just kept playing with the placement to get it just right. And I'm sure that some of you can relate to making sure that everything is just right. And especially because this layout actually was for Close to My Heart's convention. I presented it in the Extravaganza artwork presentation. So of course I had to have it just perfect. So I just fussed around with it so much. But in the end, I really enjoy how it turned out. And so I ended up with all of the leaves on the bottom, moved the photo up a little bit more to make sure the spacing was all right. And then to adhere the butterflies down, I used liquid glass with a fine tip applicator and put it just down the center of the butterflies. That way you can't really see the adhesive through the vellum because it's under the black printing. And also it adds some dimension to the layout because those wings can kind of curl up. On the flower, I put the adhesive just around the outline, so of course you can't see it through the vellum. And I was also strategic in how I put all of the butterflies and the leaves down underneath and around that glitter flower to make sure you couldn't see where I adhered them down. Then I sprinkled some sequins around the layout. I love embellishing with sequins, and this is, it's just such an inexpensive and beautiful way to embellish your cards or your layouts. And I like to adhere them with micro glue dots. It makes it super easy. So then I thought I would pull out a stamp set to create my custom title. This is a really great way to create a title that you can make yourself. And I'm calling it This Is 38 because I was 38 in this photo. And so I'm just making sure that I'm stamping it just right. That one got a little bit crooked, so I ended up stamping it again. And by the way, I'm going to link all of the products that I'm using down below because even though the papers are retired, they are still available. The Every Little Thing collection is one of my favorites. And a lot of the collection, the papers, the stamp that I showed, which I ended up not using the stamp and a lot of the other things I showed you in the beginning, but it's all available still. And this alphabet stamp set is available. So I will link all of these below just in case you are interested. I added a little dovetail on the end of each of those strips and just tucked them neatly underneath the photo. I will end up adding some journaling later on, but for now, this is the completed layout. So here is some close-up looks, and then I will leave you with some still shots. I hope that you've enjoyed this way of looking at the Complete Creativity Cricut collection in a different way than it was intended. I'm giving you a look at what some of the other layouts in the collection look like, and if you're interested in this collection, which it is an amazing must-have collection, as is the brand new Everyday Moments Cricut collection, and both are available in my Cricut affiliate link, which is down below. So if you enjoyed this, I would love if you subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit that notification bell to be sure you're notified when I post new videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.